message board website Reddit had betted on GameStop and the stock AMC. But tonight, both of them are falling. Overnight, and overnight trading happening right now, GameStop is down 16% on top of its fall of 30% during regular hours of trading. Meantime, AMC fell also today, both trying to drop and fall below their levels during Friday's rallies. Elsewhere, Robinhood, the app that allows you to trade like a commercial broker but with discount prices, opened the ability to trade these stocks throughout the day after having restricted the trading on Friday. The volatility fell and the volatility increased and the stock prices fell dramatically. Meantime, BlackBerry, also backed by this group called Wallstreetbets, fell and was predicted to fall further as Jim Cramer said to sell the stock tonight on broadcast news. How does this impact your stimulus? Across the board, volatility on Wall Street. Concerns that a market bubble where things are trading at sky high valuations could be triggering a potential bear market. Concerns are around the corner, and those concerns are hitting Wall Street. In tonight's Elevate live broadcast of Evenings Elevate, I go over the impact of the financial markets on your stimulus, why the Reddit situation may signal a financial bubble, and why the progressives are trying to push Chuck Schumer out unless he gives you a big stimulus. These details and more tonight on Evenings Elevate. Good evening and welcome for joining me. This is part of a doubleheader tonight. Two broadcasts, both live, both here direct from Los Angeles. On this first broadcast, I have so much to get to, but first, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on the top of this channel. This is the most comprehensive channel you're going to have out there on the web with financial details and stimulus details from Wall Street to Main Street, from your house to my house, around the clock, 24/7, and the most interactive, answering your questions tonight on video shortly after the 20-minute mark of this 30-minute video. And also consider becoming a member, like a Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP. Let's get to first that AOC Schumer battle. What does this mean and why is your stimulus front and center? Let me go over this slowly because this is really surprising. FPUC retro not under the Biden stimulus package. MSC, multiple stimulus checks, not in the Biden stimulus package. MSC's is a progressive policy. Also not in the stimulus package, SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, $200 a month on top of your existing policies. Also a progressive policies. Of the three different progressive policies delineated right there, two of them were talked about by progressives over the weekend. And what was the White House reaction? Silence. Real silence. Let's start with the last one. On Sunday, Elizabeth Warren appeared on broadcast news and was emphatic and almost shouting, talking about the $200 a month for SSI and SSDI from now to December. Hey, Christine, thank you for the dancing pair. We don't care because we're a dancing pair. Thank you for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. Elizabeth Warren was on broadcast news, shocked that the $200 a month is not in your third stimulus package. She was horrified. Why should she be horrified? Let me explain to you why. During the campaign of Joe Biden, he took Elizabeth Warren's writings about you on SSI and SSDI and said, I like this. I like this. I'm going to make this part of my campaign. I'm going to bring it into my campaign agenda, and I'm going to promise that I give you $200 a month on top of your existing benefits and a new benchmark, up to 20% increase, and a different annual benchmark, different than COLA. He said, I like this. So he took her actual writings, credited her, said, I like what Liz Warren is saying. I'm putting this in my bill and I'm putting this into my campaign. And if you elect me, I'm going to do it. Well, he won. And then when he wrote his transition papers, he did it again. He cited her. He talked about the provisions. He said, I like this. I'm going to do this. Well, It's not in this stimulus package. Now, what he said about the $200 a month was it's stimulus, but it's not in the stimulus package. And that's why Elizabeth Warren was angry. She didn't refer specifically to Joe Biden in the absence of or the broken promises. She said, this needs to be in here. What are we talking about? Item number one. Item number two, the progressives. And this one is really quite fascinating. It goes back to Chuck Schumer. Now, not to defend Chuck Schumer, but this is what you and I saw with Chuck Schumer in January. Chuck Schumer was asked by Broadcast News what stimulus checks are in the third stimulus package. Chuck Schumer said Joe Biden's going to give you $1,400 from the Cash Act and $2,000 as a new stimulus check. Ironically, Chuck Schumer said exactly what we were told by Joe Biden. So it's not like Chuck Schumer was going out on a ledge for Joe Biden. Hey, Cindy, with the pear, and he's doing the Olivia Newton-John thing. I love that. The dancing pear, and he's like working out. I love that. So Joe Biden said, hey, I'm going to give you $1,400 and $2,000. Chuck Schumer heard it. I heard it. You heard it. Well, now Joe Biden's throwing away the $2,000. He's throwing away the $2,000. He's just giving you $1,400. So who's the casualty? In addition to you, Chuck Schumer. The new series of interviews, which were delineated today on the channel, show that progressives out of New York say that the district out of which Chuck Schumer tries to represent is a very progressive electorate. And unless he starts doing the progressive policies, he's going to get a Democratic contender against him in the primaries. This is very, very clear. This means that it's Democrat versus Democrat. It means that Democrats are unhappy about the SSI and SSDI. Democrats are unhappy about the lack of multiple stimulus checks. Democrats are unhappy about the FPUC retro. And between you and I, this is what my opinion is. They haven't seen, because I haven't seen, the hazard pay. I haven't seen the business grants. Thank you, David, for the big super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, David, for the dancing pear. The dancing pear. I don't think the Democrats have seen the business grants or the hazard pay or the other things that you and I are waiting to see. And I think that a lot of them are saying, wait a second. What's going on here? What is around the corner for us, Joe? So that's where you sit here on a Monday evening as AOC and the progressives could be pushing Chuck Schumer out unless he starts understanding that the progressive policies need to be pushed. Multiple stimulus checks, FPUC retro, SS200, as Akish and Andrea just said, absolutely. Completely true. There you go. So the next big issue as we sit here this evening is this enough stimulus? No, of course not. Is $1.9 trillion enough stimulus? Of course it's not. Nuh-uh. No way, no how. And so why is Chuck Schumer gone so quiet on the issue? While AOC is going so loud, progressives are going so loud, Elizabeth Warren's going loud, Bernie Sanders is going loud, but Joe, Kamala, and Nancy and Chuck are dead silent. Doesn't make sense as you sit here tonight. This is a bit amid a concern about a new report that came out today. And the new report is a Congressional Budget Office. Who is the Congressional Budget Office? It is a nonpartisan part of the U.S. government that does economic reports. And the CBO came out with a report today, said, hey, there may be no stimulus, but this economy is doing great. Congratulations, you're all wonderful. What? Yes, this is what the CBO said. It said real gross national product will grow to 3.7% in 2021. It says that real GDP growth will average 2.6 over the next 5 years. It expects enormous growth. Hey, Jerry, for the finger, for the good finger. Thank you, Jerry, for the finger. Then it says that unemployment rate will fall to 5.3% in 2021, and then further to 4% in 2024 and 25. At this point of me reporting this and reading you this report, I'm sure Mitch McConnell's like, can I get a copy of that? I want to frame it and put it on my wall every time Nancy comes in. I'll just point at that. Yeah, then it says that that inflation will remain flat, and that basically we're pretty good. Because the downturn was not as severe as expected, says the CBO in the report today, and because the first stages of the recovery took place sooner and was stronger than expected, we're pretty good, says the CBO. Really? Uh, Tell me if you agree or disagree with the CBO's report. Agree or disagree? Let me see on the screen. If you agree with the CBO that we're doing so wonderful, agree or disagree about the CBO. Let me see what your thoughts are. Disagree, says Anna Marie. Jean says disagree. Diane, no. Brendan, no. Basha, no. Nancy, disagree. Salute, disagree. Satu, Alma, no way. Tara, no way. Tina, disagree. Disagree. Jordan, no way. No can do. Disagree, disagree, disagree. Hey, you freaking no. Brother Joshua, no. Disagree. Lynette, disagree. Wow. So, I guess CBO has no supporters on this one. Poor CBO. CBO is just, it sounds like a Pontiac. It sounds like a Pontiac edition, the new CBO from Pontiac. Yeah, so CBO has no support on that notion. And you know what? I don't think the Federal Reserve supports it either. You know why? Because just Friday, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell appeared before Congress and said, I don't see reemployment. I don't see reemployment. I see unemployment numbers not improving. I see poverty levels increasing. So until we see people who made less than $40,000 being reemployed, I don't see this improving yet. And here's the CBO saying, hey, congratulations. 95% of America is going to be reemployed in the next few months. What? Do you agree with the CBO's report that 95% of the Americans will be reemployed by the end of this year? Hey, Steve Underwood. Everyone welcome Steve Underwood to the Purple Hawk family. They're becoming a Purple Hawk. Lupe does not agree with that, nor does Chris. Dreaming. Jean says, hell no. Kim says, no. Welcome, Steve, and also tell me what you think about that. No. CBO says 95% of Americans are going to be reemployed by the end of the year. I just think that's crazy. I think this is wacko news. I can't believe the CBO wrote that, but they wrote that. And the reason why I'm bringing it up to you is not to make you nervous, but to say, hey, I just think Mitch McConnell's going to say, I want a copy of that. I want a permaplax and put it on my wall and say, here, you don't need stimulus because this thing over here. It just sounds like a Republican's ready to grab and say, you're just totally fine. You all have Bentleys in the driveway. I know it. Or Ron Portman says, you're staying home getting rich on FPUC at $300 a week. You probably already bought yourself a new Mercedes on the $300 a week of FPUC. I mean, because that's how Ron Portman talks. Let me answer some. So then, where did the Wall Street end today? The Dow ended up 229 points, up 1%. Nasdaq was up 322 points, 2.55%. Best day since October. Woohoo! Microsoft and Visa brought Wall Street up. Those are the two big ones. And AMC was initially flat for most of the day, but ended down severely. Let me answer some incredible questions and comments from yesterday's recording. Miss Love, 2020 EIDL, unemployment back pay, all liars. Now she doesn't like SBA either. Yes, welcome to the family. Joseph Evans, where the hell is our $1,400? Get to it. Donut. Get to it. Yeah, there is no $1,400 in the mail. There might be some donut sprinkles in the mail, but there is no $1,400. And we'll check in the mail. So are we getting that $1,400 or not? It just surprises me that if I tell you, If I tell you Wynn Resorts traded down for today by $2 a share, then the response would be, so that means we're not getting our stimulus check. That's what you mean? It's just people hear one word from me and suddenly it turns into, you're just saying we're not getting a stimulus check, right? I said, no, I was talking about a whole different subject. I wasn't talking about the stimulus check. But for some reason, people always just sort of hear one word and that's just say that means you're the reason you say that because you just want to say we're not going to get a stimulus check. No, I never said that. In fact, you're getting a $14 stimulus check. That's unfortunately all that he wants to give you at the moment. 1,000 people in the room. Wow! At the 15-minute mark, let me give you a big update where we are at this time of the recording. 450 likes. Let's get those likes going. Like up this video. The big update as you sit here this afternoon sit here this evening is Wall Street trade up today, the best day since October. But the online message board website, Reddit, that had a subsection called Wallstreetbets had been trying to bet up or get up GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, and other stocks like that. And that didn't last very long because GameStop was down nearly 30% today and is down 16% in after hours trading. Also down was AMC. And meantime, Jim Cramer has said to sell BlackBerry tonight. So not going so well with Wallstreetbets. I wonder if they betted on that one. Also today, Silver Squeeze was trending. Silver Squeeze was another thing from Wallstreetbets, to which the anonymous group came back and said, we have nothing to do with that. It was a push for people to buy silver, because of course you're buying silver. You don't have a stimulus check. First thing you do is buy some silver. Yeah, can you buy some silver? I have some. I don't even have silver to eat my ramen noodles in. So yes, Wallstreetbets was saying go buy some silver, but then they came back and said, we didn't say that. Someone else said that. Chris Caldwell, thank you for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe because this is the only place that you'll be told that Silver Squeeze has nothing to do with Blanche de Bro on Golden Girls. Please subscribe. Also like this video. And if you're not become a member, click the member link at the top of this channel and become a member. All right, let's cut back to some of these incredible good comments. Michael Moreno Sr. As far as Ron, they need to go ahead and block his bank account. He's referring to Ron Portman. You know who Ron Portman is. He's the guy who says you're getting rich on the American unemployment insurance. And he says you don't need stimulus and I don't like partisan fights and I'm quitting. But before I quit, here's a partisan fight for you. I just don't understand Ron Portman. As far as Ron, they need to go ahead and block his bank account and put him on the streets and see how he likes it. I'd like to get him out and get him a job instead of sitting on his butt saying no one can get this loaf, so they can't do though. No, I don't like what they do. I don't like him. I think the first viewer doesn't like him. Welcome to the family. Other viewers don't like him as well. Lori Lopez, increase law. No, I missed that super chat. Oh my goodness. Tracy with the dancing pair. We don't care. Thank you for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. Lori Lopez says, in case Ron the Clown hasn't noticed, we haven't gotten our hazard pay for the last year. I don't think Ron the Clown has noticed. Sorry, Lori. I just don't think Ron the Clown even cares. I don't think Ron the Clown notices. Terry Lee Kawayawa. Note, Biden is trying to remain bipartisan in regards to keeping his promises for COVID relief plan. Republicans want to take his items out and drop the stimulus to 1,000. We shall see what happens later today. What is this? Someone trying to jump in the comments doing anchor reporting for this channel. I'll check back later with you today with the breaking news reports. That's someone says in the comments. Hello, this is me talking. You're not the anchor of the channel, but thank you for your nice comment. Sharice Crawford. They need to put more stimulus checks like they need to do more unemployment. I like that. Chris also with another dancing bear. Thank you, Chris, with a dancing bear. Fun person, been watching you for a while, and thank you for all you do. Oh my goodness, I couldn't see it. I was wondering, do you know when Nancy's gonna propose the bill? What day Nancy's gonna introduce the bill? I thought it was gonna be today. I think it's gonna be tomorrow. I hope she doesn't leave it to Friday at 4:35 p.m. But she said early part of this week. What's early part of this week? To Wednesday at 11:59 a.m. I mean, what? Yeah, it's Nancy. Uh, Lori Lopez again. How long everyone think the pandemic would last if we got $2,000 a month? Vicky Ryan. LA, it's cold here in the Midwest. You're a star. I don't. What does me being a star have to be with it being cold? I guess she means I warm them up. I don't. It's cold here, and you're a star. I don't know. Okay. Thank you for the nice comment. Very confusing, but I appreciate it. Boss Lady Slayers. That's actually the screen name. Boss Lady Slayers. As they wonder why people are acting out and stuff. Wow. Thank you, Boss Lady Slayers. Uh, Thomas Walensky. They owe us $3,400 total. They promise it. $1,400 from Trump, and Biden owes us a big promise of $2,200 and a month, or for 1 year for Social Security. Period. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Always end with the period. Always end really strong. 1,200 people in the room. There we go. And 640 likes. Come on, let's get those likes up. Like the video. I appreciate it. Lisa Hicks. Good morning, Purple Power. I guess Lisa watched this the next morning. Michael, no vote for you. Come back for 4. Wait, what did he say? No vote for you. Come back 4 years. Ricky Ledford. He needs to take a long walk off the edge of the earth. I think that's in regards to Ron Johnson. I think that's a Ron Portman comment. Ron Portman needs to take a long walk off the edge of the earth. So, where would he land then? I don't know. Where do you land when you fall off the edge of the earth? I just don't know. And there you go. Well, thank you for those charming comments about people walking off the side of the planet. I really appreciate it. Amen. How many times do you want me to hit that like button? Yeah. Well, I want you to hit it an odd number of times, because if you hit it twice, it becomes an unlike. If you go 1, 2, then it unlikes itself. So you only want to do it once or 3 times. So there you go. Laura, any information on hazard pay? Also, will the bill include the extra child care tax credit for upcoming taxes we're filing now? Okay, great question. Yeah, I said I was going to answer questions at the 22-minute mark, and there's the 22-minute mark. Joe says there's hazard pay in the bill. Hazard pay for public sector, hazard pay for private sector. Also says there is a tax credit if you made less than $25,000 and you worked as an essential worker, then you can get a $1,500 tax credit. I think it's number 21 on your PDF about the third stimulus package. Then, as to the child care tax credit, remember your taxes, I don't think they can be filed before February 12th, but you have to look it up before I do. And the child tax credit is currently law. Boy, I talk about that a lot, and yet he did a really good job with that one, Joe. He took existing laws and he made them sound like they were new, and I'm literally fighting up an uphill battle because all those tax credits are existing laws. All he's doing is changing the numbers a little bit. And viewers keep on saying, should I wait to file until that thing becomes law? And I'm like, no, it currently is law. He's just changing the number. So look up the tax credit and see where the number is now. He's changing the age by a little bit. But there's been that tax credit for a while. So, as one viewer said, darn it, I didn't know it existed. I'm sorry. Sorry to inform you. It was already around. He just he just brought more attention to something that's already been there. Other questions you have? That was a really great question. 1,300 people in the room, 700 likes. Come on, get those likes up. You can someone's looking for the volunteers. You can reach the volunteers in the pinned comment to this video, news.la.com/community, or the description to this video. That's Iris is saying people on SSDI doesn't. I couldn't see what the comments said. Um, can't claim child dependent. Uh, I don't know I don't know what that question means. I don't know what that question means. I already pressed the like button. There you go. I don't really care what they care. So will we be getting the $2,000 a month MSC? Um, Not currently. In fact, no one wants to give you for 1 month. At the moment, no one wants to give you $2,000 for any time in the entire year of 2021. So that is why we're pushing for a series of things. We're pushing for MSCs. We're pushing for FPUC retro. We're pushing for SSI and SSDI. Um, Thank you, Chris. Someone said. There you go. At the 25-minute mark, if you have more questions, drop in the comments below. 800 likes, 1,300, 1,400 in the room. Um, what some people are asking questions to each other, which is great. Some viewers are asking each other's questions. There was a question about the grant. Has anyone heard of SBA's reach out to anyone on the promised grant? Um, it is a hard to tell. I think they have, but the strange thing about this is that if you go to sba.gov, they act like they have not because their website says still pending. I'm like, why is it still pending? But I think they have reached out to some people. I don't run in the circles enough to know who's getting it and who's not getting it. Oh, and by the way, on Overnights LA, for some reason, I really don't know why. This morning, for some particular reason, I got 20 DMs saying, can I get that EIDL grant from 2020 now? I never applied. Can I go get it? So there's something in this morning's recording, which is a throwback recording, which may people think they can go back in time and get stuff from another time if they had never applied. Do you think we'll get another stimulus? Do I think there'll be a fourth stimulus package? Um, all I can do is report what they tell us. And he said you get as many stimulus packages as you need to get to the end of the pandemic. And that's what he promised. 1,400 people in the room, 850 likes. Get those likes up. Get those likes up. I think they were saying if you are on disability, IRS is saying you can't claim your children and get the child tax credit. I don't know. I've people been sending me strange messages all day long. I reached out to H&R Block, and I reached out to this person, and that person said this, and that's why you have a tax preparer. Ultimately, defer to the tax preparer, and one tax preparer may say one thing, another tax preparer will say another thing. Dependents still in the next stimulus package? Yes, Cheryl. So $3,200 for adult dependents in the third stimulus package. $3,200, not $5,200 as so promised. They were supposed to get $3,200 and $2,000 stimulus check, but Joe has them at $3,200. Now, understand, we are working off of Joe Biden's proposal for the third stimulus package. We have still not seen this bill for 3 weeks. So I would hope we see this bill very, very soon because people are getting antsy, as Nancy, to see what's in this bill, which we don't have yet. And as soon as we can see the bill, then we'll see, hey, is there a lot of hazard pay in there? Is there a lot of this? Is there a lot of that? And there you are. We're 28 minutes into this recording. Oh, hey, Carla. Everyone welcome. Wow, Carla upgraded to a purple power. That's exciting. Thank you, Carla, for upgrading to a purple power. Really appreciate it. We're 29 minutes into this recording. Let me give you a big update where we are on Evening's Check. Evening's Check started tonight with news that the financial message board of Reddit called Wallstreetbets had been betting that GameStop And AMC and BlackBerry and Nokia were stocks that you should get into. And they went up significantly. But tonight, one of them is going down significantly as well. GameStop is down 16% on after hours trading at the time of this recording. It was down 30% during regular hours trades on Friday. Wall Street ended up significantly well, up about a couple single points on both NASDAQ and Dow. Today, its best day since October, led by Microsoft and Visa. But AMC down, GameStop down, and also Jim Cramer now saying you should sell BlackBerry. These were among the stocks that this message board had highlighted and got a lot of coverage for, called Wall Street Bets. What will Wall Street bet on next? Well, the question is whether Wall Street's going to bet on a push out of Chuck Schumer from the progressives, because the progressives are saying either Chuck Schumer starts doing progressive policies or we're going to make a run for his seat in the Senate. Yes, that's Democrats versus Democrats. They're saying we're going to take his seat in the primary unless he starts doing progressive policies. And what are those progressive policies? 1, multiple stimulus checks. 2, FPUC retro. And 3, SSI and SSDI, Social Security Railroad benefits. Or as Elizabeth Warren said on Sunday, needs to be in there. She said very emphatically and very clear. Finally, there's concerns about a financial bubble. And if there is a financial bubble and that bursts, boy, you better be ready for the stimulus across the board. Coming up next on Evenings LA, shortly after this recording, I will be back and I will be going over the Republican plan, the Republican counter offer to the 1.9 stimulus package bill from Joe Biden. I'll be going over that. Big news then about Obamacare and medical assistance you can get right now that would normally not be available to you. Then I'll be turning to hazard pay, a new twist tonight in the hazard pay saga. Food stamps, great news over the weekend about what's going on with food stamps, and more money for you that you never saw as well, more eligibility. Finally, details about the virus. All those details are coming up on the next recording right after this, no less than 5 minutes after this recording. This feed will end. As soon as the feed ends, you're going to see a new feed go live. Jump into that live feed. I'll be there within 5 minutes after it's ready to go. Thank you for joining me. 1,400 people in the room, 1,385, 1,379, 962 likes. You could still like this video after it's finished recording. If you're watching this video shortly after about 6 o'clock, you were watching it live. After that, it was taped. Stay informed, stay focused. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Best channel there is out there. Like this video, and I'll see you next live in about 5 minutes. Take care.